Angus on Canon. In this particular instance, I think it is very advisable to have the software that will enable the city to progress over several years. However, I am tremendously opposed to the continued use of so many consultants to manage our city. I want to give a little bit of background here. There is a form of financial terrorism that is victimizing small communities such as ours. And that financial terrorism takes the form of intimidation through threat of litigation. All one has to say is, we have retained legal counsel to throw city administration into a reluctance to make managerial decisions, and rightfully so. The reluctance is rightfully so, as they are fully aware that however frivolous the lawsuit may be, or whether or not the city wins the lawsuit, the cost of defending such a suit runs into thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is a predominant reason that more and more administrative decisions are being handed over to consultants, who not only take responsibility of researching the necessary material involved, but who are willing to bear the cost of any litigation. In essence, part of the high cost of their services is what might be called protection money to save the city litigation costs. I would estimate that consultant fees for the past year have exceeded $100,000. It does not take many $40,000 here or $35,000 there in various multiples to reach this amount. In some years it could match the salary of our city manager, which I believe is currently around $145,000 a year. There are some few and far between valid reasons for hiring a specialty consultant. However, mostly, I believe administrative staff is well qualified to do much of the work involved, especially the clerical work into the records and networking research through the internet. And as our city manager has stated, at the request of our mayor at the last meeting, the city staff has stepped up to the plate and done much of this work. We surely do not have to pay consultants and their assistants $150 to $200 an hour to do some of this. And I think we continue to need to slash. I would like to see the $35,000 slashed by a significant amount. But more so, I would like to see confidence in our city manager and our administrative staff in every case prior to a consultant being hired to do much of the legwork that is within their expertise for which they were hired and which they are perfectly qualified to do. I'm glad that this will set the tone for a continued use of the software. I do think that more of the costs could be slashed and should be slashed. But prior to throwing our city management into the control of consultants, and frankly, the way I see it now, consultants are managing much of our city, with city management being constrained to merely orchestrating their results. And I would like to see this changed. I have confidence in our city administration and their ability to make managerial decisions. We are looking at the possibility of having a consultant for the general plan revisions. We already have a general plan in place, Heaven alone knows why we need a consultant to orchestrate that. So in this case, I see that it could be useful. But I would ask you to be very discriminatory as to how you use the city's the city's money in the overuse, which strips our city manager of her qualification to administer.